Hello everybody, how you doing? Alright. Dr. Ball speaking. I'm in a new position. I've got a new quiz zone. Please tell me if you can hear me and see me, because I need reassured that everything's working okay. Hopefully it is. Hopefully we're in one place. Background music might be a bit loud. Say hello if you're here. Let me see, I'll turn that down a little bit. Quiz time in 3 minutes. I like to get on a little bit early, but cutting it fine tonight. Now I've got a bit of coffee. Okay. Right, I don't see anybody saying anything in the chat, so I'm going to do the pop it. Here we go. Dodsey is in the game, is in the house. Triangulation here. Hello, Laurel. Right, Raymond. Hello, Joe. Hello, Keith. I'm on a chameleons. Ollie's here. Ollie's back from the hood. Simon's here. Marion's here. All the big names in Dr. Paul quizzing. Kirsty Johnson, the McQueens are ready. Superb. We're going to start talking about the quiz itself in a couple of minutes. I'll just wait till 7 o'clock to do that, because that's the time on the ticket. Right, Alan, hello, Prolethers, Jorito and Wolf. Flip-flop into a Monday night quiz like absolute mavericks. Well, you're welcome. That's what I do. I do the quiz all different nights, so you can choose. Or some maniacs do it every single night. Someone tell me it sounds alright and it's not too clippy, because I can't, I don't have it set up to hear myself, otherwise I get an echo. I'm just going by the meter, and the meter looks okay. The gas meter, the Uncle Peter. Sound is good. Thank you, Simon. Coming through my phone here. Sometimes people try to send me messages like, how do I get on a quiz? That's okay, there's none of that. That's alright. Keep that out though, because I'll need that for the 60-second thing. Easter Enders are here, colony of artists. If that's the same colony of artists that retweeted me on Twitter, then thanks for that. Appreciate that. Thank you, Leslie. Hello, Raymond. Hello, Taryn. Hello, Shetbank. Thanks for the sound is good remarks. It makes me feel nice and secure about what we're about to do. Okay, so it is 7 o'clock. I'll take that off. Hang it over here. I'm not quite. See, I moved, the weekend. I've been out of my base and I've come back to my main base. So it's kind of a new setup here. It's all the same gear, but I've had to set it up in a different place. So hopefully it's all working, hopefully I know who has. So far it looks okay. I'll put it down a little bit. So welcome to the quiz. I'm Dr. Paul. It's quiz time. It's always quiz time in my world, but right now it's quiz time, Monday night quiz style, 7 o'clock style. I'm going to do this quiz now, 7 o'clock, hopefully get finished by 8. I'm going to repeat this quiz, exact same questions, at 9 o'clock. Some of you prefer the later time slot. Obviously, if you're here, you probably prefer the 7 o'clock. But just so you know, that's the 9 o'clock one is a repeat. Just making sure this microphone's pointing at me and not in a different direction. Okay. Prince Philip's Driving School are here. Okay, let's have a look, see what's going on tonight on the quiz. So, oh yeah, first of all, earn yourself a point before you even start. If you share pictures of yourself doing the quiz, or any kind of picture, if you just share the video, any kind of share on social media equals 1 point for your team. You can't get more than 1 point for the team. It's not like if you all do it, everyone gets a point. But 1 point for the team if somebody in the team shares this quiz, because I need your social media juice coming out my ears. You know what I mean? So please give me a share. You'll get a point. It's a trade. Facebook as well, that's a good place to do it. Right, live quiz starts soon. It's 2 minutes past 7. We're going to start first question at 5 past. Until then, I'm just going to talk about how it works. So, the house rules are no Tories, no racists, and no appendages tonight. Thank you. That's our extra rule. Avi More Tim shared for the Fabians. Thank you very much to Avi More Tim. Avi any more where that came from? Playing by myself. Playing by myself. That's a quality name and comment right there. Playing by myself. S. Playing by myself. That's beautiful. Right, live quiz starts soon. I'll tell you how to do this quiz tonight. This is a small teams quiz, a wee teams quiz. You are on a team, and it's you and your friends and your family, or just yourself. If you have a team of people and you're not in the same place, hopefully you're in touch via WhatsApp or FaceTime or Skype, all these different things that people use. Do tell me what you're using. It's nice to know what people are using. See if there's a trend or a pattern. But tell me if you're geographically spread. I know the Fabians are in Edinburgh, and if they've got Aviemore Tim, I don't know if he's in Aviemore or from Aviemore, but it'd be nice to know. Hello, Colin for Breed or Deed, one of the top teams. Abbey Hillbillies are here. Right, so you're in touch with your team. You might be in the same place with lockdown. You might be in different locations. If you're based in England, you're probably in the pub right now. It's all different. It's all over down there. No lockdown there now. Okay. So you answer as a team, you mark yourself, and you ask me if you need any help. So I'm going to give you a round of questions, then I'll tell you the answers. Then you do the marking. You do your own marking. I'll tell you how to mark, but you do your own marking, and you keep your score through the quiz. 6 rounds, and at the end, what's your score? I'll get you to upload it. Okay, and we'll see a nice league table. There's no point in cheating because there's no prize for coming first. There are prizes, I'll tell you about that in a second, but there's no... yeah, be alert! There's no prizes for coming top. Right, last time we played was Friday night. Here are the 2 quizzes put together in one league table. Let's see who's... The Fabian Society and Social Outcasts. They're the top 2 teams, I think, on a regular basis. Fabian Society coming top there. Lumpy Gravy, we're in the house. Chameleons, G, Whitten Witches, Residual Glitter. The Abbey Hillbillies were there, and they're back again tonight. Pro Lethers, I'm pretty sure I saw Pro Lethers here a minute ago. Rubber Gun Squad, nice. The Grockles, fantastic. Titty, Biscuits, Lock, Doon. The Rockland Marauders, Das Team. Marion, on my lockdown lonesome. Marion's back again. Hello, Ali. Yeah, be alert if you're in England. Thank you. Just be keeping you guys on your toes throughout the quiz. All right. So that's at the end of the quiz. I'll get your score. You keep your score as we go on. Tomorrow night, we got a YouTube Big Teams quiz. That's Tuesday night. Grot Bags is the current champion. You can't beat Grot Bags. All right. So there she is. She's won 2 times in a row. If you want to help her win 3 in a row, come back here tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Or if you want to stand up for one of her opponents, we're not quite sure who those opponents are going to be yet. We'll find out tomorrow. So the online pub quiz is now kind of settled down. This is the wee teams quiz. So Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 7 o'clock on YouTube, 9 o'clock on Facebook. That's how it goes. It is after 5 minutes past. Let's get on with it. Quick word about sponsor. Cross Borders Brewing Company. That's Cross Borders. www.crossborders.beer. Order beer. Get delivered to home. Get drunk at home. Amazing. And that was last week's winners. Getting their growlers, which I think reached them by Thursday. You can win growlers again tonight. That's 2 big bottles of beer coming your way. We'll do that later on in the quiz. Cross Borders. Everybody loves Cross Borders. You know, when... people get their cross borders, they always love it. Just trying to get my setup was so defined at the other place. I'm just getting used to this. Right, here we go. It's time for the quiz. I am slightly behind the curve, but we'll get there. We'll be alright. So the first round is the same letter round. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. All of the 5 answers begin with the same letter of the alphabet. So once you've got the letter, it's easy, you know what I mean? Might take a couple of questions to get it, but once you got the letter, you should be able to work it out. How's my hair? It's okay? Yeah. Alright, let's get on with it. Here we go. Question 1 in the same letter and poetic license. So which Scottish town is, in the words of Robert Burns, known for its, quote, honest men and bonny lassies? Okay, so which town is that? It's a Scottish town. Robert Burns, Rabbie Burns, the poet, said it's known for its honest men and bonny lassies. Which town was he talking about? That question's called poetic license. Question number 2 is an 8-minute karaoke question. Which famous 1970s song is 8 minutes long in the full version? Still very, very popular at karaoke, and it begins with the lyrics, "A long, long time ago." Okay, that's the opening lyrics for which 70s song. Massive big hit in the 70s. Hair's just no right today for some reason. And still very popular at karaoke. Got any hair care tips? You share them in the chat. But don't put answers in the chat, remember that. We're just writing down answers as we go. I'll tell you the answers at the end of each round. So, playwright. Number 3, who wrote the plays Death of a Salesman and The Crucible? And he was also married to Marilyn Monroe. What's the name of that chap? So he was a playwright who came up with Death of a Salesman and The Crucible, and he was also married to Marilyn Monroe. The hair's fine. Yeah, thank you. Need reassurance here. Colouring. Number 4. Remember, all these answers start with the same letter of the alphabet. Once you got the letter, it's easy. What is the term for an animal which is white in colour with pink eyes? There's one word that suits that. So, could be a person, could be a mouse, could be a cow. But it's a term that means with white coloration with pink eyes. What is that word that means that? That's question number 4. And the last question in the first round, where all the answers start with the same letter, is about capitals. Geography question. Which country in Eastern Europe has a capital city named Yerevan? Yerevan is the capital of which European country? Okay, now, once your team's ready with 5 answers, let me know in the chat. Don't tell me the answers, don't shout out the answers, but just say that you're ready in the chat. In the meantime, I'm going to skip over the questions again in case you missed any. Here they are, one more time, little recap. So Robert Burns said this town is known for its honest men and bonny lassies. Which town is that? Marion's ready. Mike Charkov is ready. 8-minute karaoke song, 1970s song, 8 minutes long, full version. Starts with the words, a long, long time ago. What song is that? Number 3 is the playwright who wrote Death of a Salesman and The Crucible, and he was also married to Marilyn Monroe in his spare time. Who was that? Thank you for telling me you're ready, everybody. Colouring. What's the word for white coloration animal with pink eyes? What do you call that? And number 5, Yerevan is the capital of which Eastern European country? Right. This is good stuff. Kuro. Alright, Kuro. Kuro sometimes comes to the pub, you see. She'd normally be there now. But there ain't no pub. Fabians are ready. Shet Manx ready. Caramel Brownies are ready. Right. Dumpy Diamonds are ready. Let's get on with it. Let's give you the answers. If you're not ready, then you're not ready. Get some answers down and here we go. Now, I said already, your team's got 1 point if anybody in the team shared the quiz on social media, on Facebook or Twitter or any of those things. You also get 2 points start if you've been here before. If you've been here before, you get a voucher. That's 2 points. So you add 2 points on. So some teams might have a 3-point start here, and then the rest of these are 2 points per answer. Okay? So here we go. Here are the right answers for round 1, the same letter round. First of all, did you get a letter? Letter A. I don't think it was the most straightforward one tonight, but I think most of you still would have got it. Hopefully everybody got it. Here are the answers. Poetic license. Honest men and bonny lassies. That's Ayr. Ayr. Which is better known for its pound shops these days. 8-minute karaoke. A long, long time ago. Na 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 na. It's American Pie. American Pie. Hell of a song. Very popular, but it goes on a bit. Number 3, Death of a Salesman was one of his plays, so was The Crucible. And he was one of Marilyn Monroe's husbands. She was married a few times in her short life, and he's Arthur Miller. Arthur Miller is the right answer. There they are. That's Arthur Miller and Marilyn Monroe. That's what they look like. Number 4, which what's the term? What's the terminology for an animal that's got white coloration and pink eyes? It's albino. Albino. That's correct. There's an albino man with an albino, whatever the hell that is. I was going to say mouse, but that's not a mouse, is it? I think it might be a chinchilla. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. And the last one, Yerevan, capital of Armenia. You know what, Armenia? Okay, so tell me what you scored. That's Yerevan. Just looks like Edinburgh, you know. Big mad mountain in the background there. That's Mount Ararat, actually, in the background. That's where Noah's Ark came to rest. So, we guessed Alloa. What, Yerevan's the capital of Alloa? Oh, I see. Honest men. Nah. Robert Burns was from near Ayr. He was from Alloway, which is like a similar name to Alloa. But Alloway is just outside Ayr. Really, it's in Ayr. Modern Ayr. Well, some slightly all over the place scores tonight. 10, 6, 7. We said Albania. Albania is Tirana for the capital. Can we have a point for Arthur? We just couldn't remember the last name. Yeah! Yeah, you can have a point for Arthur. That's alright. That's the stuff, Ollie. If you want a bit of clarity, just ask me in the chat. So he's saying he got Arthur, couldn't get Miller. That's fine. Yeah, a point. Half an answer. Half the points. You get a point for Arthur. You guessed Azerbaijan, Marion. That's a good guess because it's not far away. But the capital of Azerbaijan is Baku. They had quite a successful Eurovision there a few years ago. All right, let's move on. Keep a note of your score. Write them down. I'll get all your scores uploaded at the end of the quiz. Right, that's all the answers together. Ayr, Armenian Pie. American Pie. Arthur Miller, Albino, and Armenia. Okay. Right, guess what? Round 2 is guess what. So I've got 5 clues. And I'm going to give them to you one at a time. You have a guess what I'm trying to give you a clue for. It's a film tonight. And I've just got to do this a little bit so that I can see my clues. Right, there we go. So, here we go. So, hidden behind that grid is a still from a film. All right? I'm going to give you one clue and you have a guess what film it is. If you get it on that first clue, you get 10 points. If you get it on the second clue, 8 points. If you get it on the third clue, 6 points, and so on. Okay, so you ready? Here we go. That's the first squares away, and the first clue is that this is a film that was released in 2001. American film, came out in 2001. So write down a guess. Cheap coffee. Real nice. And if it turns out you're right, you'll get 10 points. So you might as well have a guess. It's not like you have to find an answer and stick to it or anything like that. You just go for a guess. If it turns out you're right, even if you change your mind later, turns out this one's right, you still get 10 points. Ali, no shouting out answers in the chat, please. Total Recall's wrong. But don't shout out answers in the chat. That's for 10 points. Okay, here comes the second clue for 8 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. The The plot of this film revolves around an attempted assassination of the Prime Minister of Malaysia. Alright, so someone's trying to kill the Prime Minister of Malaysia in this film. That's for 8 points. If it happened to be right, Ali, I would have just quietly deleted it, you know. So 8 points if you get the film from this. So the 2 clues so far. It came out in 2001. It's an American film, and it revolves around a plot to assassinate the Prime Minister of Malaysia. Write an answer down. If you're right at this point, you get 8 points. Here comes the 3rd clue. So the 3rd clue is that the murder that we're talking about of the Prime Minister of Malaysia will be committed by a fashion model under the influence of hypnotism. Alright? Under the influence of hypnotism, a fashion model will kill the Prime Minister of Malaysia. That's the plan, anyway. Doesn't quite work out like that. But that's the plan. So that's for 6 points. I think you will get it, Ollie. You just have to wait for the easier clues. That's the 6-point clue. Right, here comes the 4-point clue. David Bowie plays a prominent cameo in this film. He plays the adjudicator of a walk-off between 2 male models. You know? Marion doesn't like films. She always makes a point that she doesn't know films. I'll be interested to see if you've heard of it, Marion, because you don't watch films. Although you got Gone with the Wind the other day. Right, last clue, here we go. The film stars Ben Stiller as the title character, and there's lots of other people in it, including Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson, and Will Ferrell. So Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson, Will Ferrell all star in the film. Ben Stiller plays the title character. So what's the name of that film? If you get it at this point, you get 2 points. And I'll give you a couple of seconds for anyone who didn't quite get it. I'm just having a wee guess. The Fabian's got it at 6. Is that not Ian Wright in the bottom left? Nah, it's not. It's a character who's about to die in the film. The right answer is that should be there, but it's not. I've not done it. Zoolander. All right, Zoolander is the name of the film. One of the greatest films ever made, undisputably. So let's see what you got. Social Outcast got it on 8. Did anyone get it at 10 points? 10 out of 10 for Quisiotherapy. Nice work, Rocky Roo. A couple of teams got it on 8. Some of you got it on 6. You know, from a quiz point of view, that's pretty well judged. If people are getting it at 6 and 8, and at least one person got it on 10. All right, Danizo. What is this? A quiz for ants? Lovely. Have heard the name, says Mary. So you've heard of the film, right? That's a start. I think that's my baseline. If Marian's actually heard of the film, then that's the baseline. 2 points for Lumpy Gravy. Ooh, not so great. Let's move on. Add those points onto your master total. I'll get all your scores at the end. Okay, so answer should be there. Didn't get around to doing it. Right. Picture round. It's time for the picture round. So I'm going to need 5 pictures. 2 points per picture. Questions about the pictures coming up. So here we go. Right. Where are we? Right, number 1, the king. But the king of what? What country is this guy the king of? He became the king in 1973, and he's called Gustav. You never heard of Zoolander, Ollie? Wow, man, you need to get that on. And Breeder Deeds didn't get it at all. There's some quality lines in that film. It's a very quotable comedy film. Very good. So this is King Gustav. He's the king of where? He became king in 1973. Still there last time I looked. Right. Question number 2 in the picture round. Before your time. What's the name of this depressing Mancunian indie band whose singer died in 1980? Alright. Name the band. The singer died in 1980 and they reformed as a different band. So this band was only together for a couple of years, but very influential. You still get people under the age of 20 wearing t-shirts of this band. But, you know, massively depressing. Makes the Smiths look like a marching brass band. That's number 2. Okay. Advertising. What is the name of the breakfast cereal promoted by this monster? Name the cereal that's sold by that big yellow beast. That's question number 3. Number 4. Hardcore Bible situation. Look at this picture. What's going on? Which Bible story is being illustrated here? Okay. So that's an illustration by an engraver called Gustave Doré. But what Bible story is being told here? Have a look at what's going on. Bit of a situation, you know. Yeah, thank you, Nicole Diamond. I got a feeling that might be the chops. And who's this young chap? Who's this young sportsman? Born in 1975. Ended up getting an OBE in 2003. Ended up becoming one of the most recognisable sports people in Britain. So who is this guy? Obviously, when he was a young boy, he was born in 1975. What does he look there? About 10 or 12 or something like that. So mid-80s, maybe that photograph was taken. And he grew up to become one of the most recognised sports people in the UK. Got an OBE in 2003. Has he got a knighthood now? I can't remember, to be honest. But there you go. So that's the 5 questions. You tell me when you're ready. Abbey Hillbillies are ready. Lumpy Gravy are ready. So King of Where? That's Gustav. Picture number 1. Number 2. Name the band. Very depressing. Singer died. Not much fun at all. Which cereal does this monster flog? What Bible story is being told? By picture 4. And who's the young fella? Born in 1975, grew up to become a sports superstar. Right, once enough people tell me that they're ready, then I'll move on. If you missed any or you want to see any again, let me know. Man, it really is the cheapest coffee. The most sort of basic, low-life coffee I've ever drunk in my life. But I quite like it. House of Weirdos are ready. That's tremendous. William Nicholas is ready. Dumphy Diamonds are ready. Danizzo, Pajero, Colin, Richard is ready. Richard is last week's winner of the booze, is that right? The booze is coming up, everybody. The Cross Borders beer. Tasty. Did I say King Gustav, says Abby? Yes, I did. That's part of his name. He's got a long, complicated name, but his, you know, one of his names is Gustav. Okay, lots of people are ready. Aye, caramel brownies, of course, yeah. Lots of people are ready. Here come the answers. Here we go. So, this guy is, the full name is Karl the 16th Gustav. So maybe Karl's more his personal name, but he is the king of Sweden. That's him. He looks like a janitor or something like that. He looks like a guy who's Disney-like kids going in the park. He's about to tell some kids off, but he's the King of Sweden. Aye, mystery bags coming up. Jam tarts. The chaos is on its way. But that's the King of Sweden. That's what you need for 2 points there. Number 2, before your time. Before your time. Name the depressing Manchester indie band. Singer died in 1980. That is Joy Division. Okay, the singer, second from the left, Ian Curtis, died suicidally in 1980. Rest of the band reformed and became New Order with one extra member, but before that they were Joy Division. Very, lauded indie types like that kind of thing. Number 3, what name is the cereal that's promoted by this monster? The exact answer for this is Honey Monster Puffs. Okay, 2 points for Honey Monster Puffs. That's what they're called these days. If you said Sugar Puffs, you can have the points for that, because for years and years it's Sugar Puffs. Aye, yeah, I used to be one of those people, Joe. That is true. Used to have a bit of a Joy Division poster. I liked the poster. I got a poster first, ended up getting the record later, and I was thinking, it's okay. It's a bit heavy. Don't forget the honey, mummy. That's the stuff. Yeah, he does look like Sven-Goran Eriksson, doesn't he? The King of Sweden. Look at him. Yeah. Take Terry Butcher off. Put Gary Lineker on. That's him. Yeah. Okay. Hardcore Bible situation. So a smaller fella has just cut off the head of quite a large fella, and he's holding it up for all the fans. That is David and Goliath. All right, David's a little person. Aye, Honey Puffs, you get a point. You get 2 points for Honey Puffs, that's fine. Honey Monster Puffs, Honey Puffs, Sugar Puffs, anything like that. 2 points, okay? Honey Monster Puffs, when did that happen? Quite a few years ago now, Taryn. It's when they got wind that sugar was going to be the demon. They sort of rebranded. Because their product literally said, this is really bad for you. It's called Sugar Puffs, so they can kind of get away with it more by calling it honey. Right, who's the young fella born in 1975, grew up to become a top superstar in the world of sport? That is David Beckham. David Beckham. There he is. Quite a confident look about him, even at that young age. Okay, so Sweden, Joy Division, Honey Monster Puffs, or Sugar Puffs, or Honey Puffs, whatever. David and Goliath and David Beckham. This is completely normal, Nick. Bit of Honey Monster, bit of Joy Division. These are the things that make up our life. We get up in the morning, we have breakfast. Oh, look, Honey Monster Puffs. Then we put on an album that makes us want to kill ourselves. 10 for the Fabian Society. 10 for the Social Outcasts. 10 for the Bog Roll Bandits. Yes, 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 yes. 8 every round for triangulation. That is steady darts, steady darts, steady darts. It's like getting 60 in darts. Just 20, 20, 20. Nothing outrageous, but good consistency. 6 for the weirdos. I said Norway because I thought Sweden had a queen. I think he has got a queen. I think his missus is the queen. I'm going to quickly just check that out. Because I need to know. Who's the Queen of Sweden? Is it Ulrika Johnson? Or is it somebody else? Oh, man. But my Firefox has taken a while to open a new tab, so I'll just forget about that for a minute. Let's just get on with the quiz. Right, time for the 60-second bonus. This is 60 seconds. I'm just getting my phone ready so I can give you a timer here. I'm going to get one of these timers on the screen. That'll be good. I won't have to mess about with this phone. But I'm going to put my stopwatch on, my timer. And it's set for a minute. And it's an anagram. So you've got 60 seconds to solve this anagram. Do not shout out the answers in the comments. Write it down on your paper if you get it. You've got right up until I show you the answer to get the answer. And what you're looking for tonight is the name of a famous person. So, whose name is mixed up here for this anagram? Here we go. Ken Regal Mail. And I've started the timer, so we're down to 58 seconds already. Ah, sorry, Ollie, I know you don't like the anagrams, but did you not get the last one? Was that not the thing? Did you not actually get one right? Maybe you started to hit the groove. So it's a famous person. Look at that, Marion's got it straight away. We're at 40 seconds. So that took you less than 20 seconds. Takes a few seconds for these comments to come through. Maybe you got that in 15 seconds, Marion. That's a good result. If you've got it right. I mean, maybe you've said Ken Livingstone. It's not Ken Livingstone. It's kind of political. Well, it is political, but it's not Ken Livingstone. 15 seconds to go. You got it in 5 seconds. Boom, shakalaka. That's the way to do it. 5 seconds left to get this anagram. Who is the famous person? I'll dismiss that. There we go. Here comes the answer. You've got right up until I reveal the answer to solve it. So you've got a couple of seconds left. It's born 1954, actually. I should put that clue up. But it's Angela Merkel, the boss of Germany. Did you get it right? Angela Merkel. Of course, she is the Chancellor of Germany. Last time I heard, I mean, things change so fast in politics these days, you can't even say that kind of thing on a live quiz in case it turns out you're wrong. Let me just... King of Sweden. Just getting this in my Wikipedia just now. Having a wee looky. See what we got. Oh, God. Let's go on to an article about... There we are. Carl 16 Gustaf of Queen Sweden. That's what I want. He's from the House of Bernadotte. His spouse is Sylvia Sommerlet. So is she the Queen? Yeah, she's the Queen. Queen Sylvia of Sweden. That's alright, isn't it? I think she's half Brazilian or something like that. Yeah, her mother was Brazilian. Her father was German. And now she's the Queen of Sweden. How about that? Okay, so... Angela Merkel. Social outcast did not get it. None for the Abbey Hills. How many points? Oh, sorry. I didn't tell you how many points. 3 points it is for the anagram. While I was looking up the Queen of Sweden, you would tell me if you got it right or not. No, did get it. No, did get it. No, did get it. Half and half. Half and half. Maybe should have put a wee clue on there. Oh, Abby thought she had it. Said Meghan Markle. Turned out to be wrong. Nah. That's way better than Meghan Markle. The old Angela Merkel. Right. 3 points on if you got that. It looked like it was thought you got it trap for some of you. Round 4 is time for the long list. Triangulation got thrown by the male, but did not get it. I didn't say it was a male, did I? Oh, I see. The word male's in there, right? Okay. Aye. There you go. My anagram was cleverer than I even thought. So, time for the long list. I'm going to give you one question, and you come up with as many answers as you can, up to a maximum of 10 answers. And for every answer that turns out to be correct, you get 1 point. So, it's that simple, really. I don't think I need to complicate it anymore. Here is the question. So, according to a 2014 survey or poll, what are Britain's 10 most read fairy tales? Okay, so they got they did a survey of people, and I think it was about reading to your kids. So they said to people, "What fairy tales have you read to your kids?" What are the top 10? Right, simple as that. So a lot of them are classics. Most of them are classics. Give yourself a few minutes to write down 10 fairy tales, and then I'll show you the answers, and then you get 1 point for each answer. In the meantime, just get check that the background music's alright. Might be a tiny bit loud tonight. Make it down a little bit. So, fairy tales, yeah? Write down a list. Don't write any more than 10. Just write 10, okay? And you're going to get 1 point for each one that you get correct. Hope you've had a nice day. I've had a nice day. Back here at Quiz Base. It's good to be back. I was going to say I haven't been out, but I actually did go out. I went down to Sainsbury, got some food. Bit of veg, bit of meat. Quite nice. So I'm slightly further out of the city centre now. Previously I was at Cannon Mills. And yeah, it could be Raymond. I don't think it's even a fairy tale though, is it? The Conservative Party manifesto. Because it's not like they even pretend it's going to be good. They pretty much put down in black and white, look, we're going to kill you all and give all your money to the Queen. Take it or leave it. But, by the way, Jeremy Corbyn is a communist. And then that's all they've got to do, and they win. We're going to take your firstborns and sacrifice them to Baal, the underworld god of death. We're going to crush your feet in a vice. And we're going to remove all your freedoms forever. Legally. But Jeremy Corbyn is a communist. And then they just win. Get Brexit done. That's it. That's all they had to do. Oh, I'm glad to see there's a team called Sausage Rolls doing the quiz. That was cheers one up. You know what I mean? I had a friend, when I used to live in Glasgow, I had a friend called Ian, well, flatmate as well. He always referred to Sauchiehall Hall Street as Sausage Roll Street. So that's what I always call it. Right, tell me when you're ready, everybody. And I'll get on to these answers, and then we'll have time for Mystery Bag and Double or Bust. We'll get the quiz finished. Ready, says Marion. You well, thank you, Sausage Rolls. Thank you for bringing that to mind. You know, it's a sad day when you don't think about sausage rolls, isn't it? Because it's just a happy thing. You know. And now, because of Greg's and all that, you can be a vegan and still enjoy the happiness of a vegan roll, of a sausage roll. The fact is, it's a stick of savoury goodness like that, and pastry all the way around it. Oh, and it's just pleasurable. It's great to think about one, even if you don't eat it. It's great to eat one if you do think about it. It's great. Sausage roll for pleasure. It's Christmas #1. Built this city on sausage rolls. That's why that song got to #1. If it was called Built This City on Bridies, no, wouldn't have got there. Macaroni pies, I like a macaroni pie, but it's not got the same fun element as a sausage roll does. Okay. Never knew you loved me till you bit my sausage roll. Don't know that song, but I'm guessing that's how it goes. Could Phil Collins be involved in one of these? Phil Collins has been involved in every major plot since the dawn of time, so I'm pretty sure he plays the evil guy in most of these stories. Right, how many readies we got? Oh, we got a screen full of readies. Not quite. 2 more people tell me you're ready, and I'll tell you the answers. Social Outcasts are ready. Hey, House of Weirdos got some sausage rolls today. Nice Monday action. Dan Izzo is ready. And one more. Oh no, I said one more. That's it. Right, okay, we're ready. Let's go. Here come the answers for the long list round. So I'll give you a little bit longer to sort it out. Now, why is that coming up like that? Right, that's okay. So, 1 point for each of these, right? You score yourself 1 point. So the first 5 are, and this is the top 5, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 1 point. Cinderella, 1 point. 1 point for Jack and the Beanstalk, a cracker. 1 point for Sleeping Beauty. 1 point for Beauty and the Beast. The second half, slightly more obscure. Hansel and Gretel. Rapunzel. Little Red Riding Hood. Good story. The Little Mermaid. And no one's going to put this one, the last one. The Billy Goat's Gruff. Really? That was the results on the survey. To be honest, I bet I know what you put as well, because I've done this question in the pub before. I bet you put Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but that's not on the list. So give yourself 1 point for each of those and tell me how many points you got. And then we're going to get on to Mystery Bag, which is remarkable tonight for the lack of a bag. It's actually a mystery box. There's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Are you saying dwarfs with a V different to dwarfs with an F? You can spell it either way. Hey, nice work. You have Billy Goat's Gruff. Good work, Richard. Well, that justifies the question then. If sort of one person gets each answer, that's enough to justify it. And the bandits did as well. Excellent. Oh well, there you go. And Raymond got the goats. Excellent. I'm glad. Put Goldilocks, Three Little Pigs, and Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, Three Little Pigs is good, isn't it? We've got a book in the house, and it's the Three Little Wolves, the Big Bad Pig. That's a cracker. 6 for Shet Mank. 7 for Triangulation. We had a few Disney films in there. Yeah, quite a lot of those have been turned into Disney films at one point or other. Right, good. Scores are all over the place. It's going to be interesting tonight to see how close the scores are. I'm going to move on. Okay, it's time for... I don't think anybody needs that on the screen anymore. Snow White, Cinderella, Jack and the Beanstalk, Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, Hansel and Gretel, Rapunzel, Little Red Riding Hood, Little Mermaid, and Billy Goat's Gruff. Okay. Oh, I see. Right, yeah. Number 5, Beauty and the Phil. Right enough. Right, team of the day is Blue Fox Tuesday. Sadly, Alan has passed away. It's one of the key members of Blue Fox Tuesday. Blue Fox Tuesday from the Persevere. What can I say? Sorry to hear it. And rest in peace, you know. Right, sound round. Oh, still got the sound round. I thought it was mystery bag, but it's right sound round. So let me get the sound all set up. I got a message from Dodsey yesterday about Alan, and I'm sad to hear. And I hope these are all looking after each other. Right, okay. It's time for the sound round, okay? It's mystery voices tonight. The potential answers, the choices are on the right. That's Brian Blessed, Hulk Hogan, Joe Swinson, John Hurt, Chris Akabusi, Linford Christie, Lulu, Mr. T, Nicholas Sturgeon, and Sheena Easton. Here we go. So I'm going to play you 5 different voices, and you just got to pick who they are off the list. That's what you got to do. So I'm just getting the sound right, and here we go. Right, here is voice number 1. Who is this off the list?
That's the end of the show. Some of you are going to turn off your TVs and go to bed because you're good people and you appreciate the benefit of an early night. But before you do, here's my final thought. Whatever you do, make sure you got a plan. If you fail to plan, you planning to fail. See you next time. So long, suckers.
Fantastic bit of life advice from Mystery Voice number 1. Don't know how you can really argue with that. I mean, you can't. Here's Mystery Voice number 2. Who is this from the list?
Marion thought I was the bee's knees. She sort of encouraged me to act. She encouraged me to be on a television series and host a TV show and do comedy sketches. But the recording thing, she had no control over that. Marion thought...
There we go. She had no control over it, just like I don't have too much control over the musical clips here, or the voice clips. Right, here's clip number 3. Who could this possibly be?
We didn't blow up, I thought we would. Train the women up into the bloody swamps. 11 hours later, it didn't blow up. We managed to find a Pemon Indian village led by a Jack Russell Terrier after a Jack Russell that this Pemon leader had bought in Caracas. There's a bow-legged bloody Jack Russell leading us to a civilization.
Just a standard everyday story from that guy. Number 3. Here is number 4. Who is this? Remember, all the answers are on that list. Here is number 4.
Join together and fight for it. I'm proud in this election to have fought for what we and millions of people believe is the best future for our country, remaining in the European Union.
Okay, that was number 4. Another journey into politics for the second time tonight. And here's number 5. Who is this? Clip number 5.
I went away I think I went to Australia or somewhere. I came back and sued my agent, but she was babysitting for me. She left a bottle of white diamond.
Diamond white.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Cider.
Came in the house, thirsty as hell, drank it. And I sat in the corner, and then all of a sudden, I had this emotional thing. It all came... I
understood what was going on there, but that's the power of diamond white. So... I always say, do you want to hear them again? And lots of you say no. And there's always a couple of people who say yes. So instead of just waiting for that routine, I'm just going to quickly play them again. All right? I'll play a shorter version. So number 1 is this one.
That's the end of the show. Some of you are going to turn off your TVs and go to bed because you're good people and you appreciate the benefit of an early night. But before you do, here's my final thought. Whatever you do, make sure you got a plan. If you fail to plan, you planning to fail. See you next time. So long, suckers.
It's the wee growl at the end of that. Number 2.
Marion thought I was the bee's knees. She sort of encouraged me to act. She encouraged me to be on a television series and host a TV show and do comedy sketches. But the recording thing, she had no control over that.
There you go. Number 3.
We didn't blow up, I thought we would. Train the women up into the bloody swamps. 11 hours later, it didn't blow up. We managed to find a Pemon Indian village led by a Jack Russell Terrier after a Jack Russell that this Pemon leader had bought in Caracas. There's a bow-legged bloody Jack Russell leading us to a civilization.
And number 4.
Join together and fight for it. I'm proud in this election to have fought for what we and millions of people believe is the best future for our country, remaining in the European Union.
And the last one, number 5.
Join together and
that's
fight.
Number 4. That's number 5.
I went away I think I went to Australia or somewhere. I came back and sued my agent, but she was babysitting for me. She left a bottle of white diamond.
Diamond white.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Cider.
Came in the house, thirsty as hell, drank it. And I sat in the corner, and then all of a sudden, I had this emotional thing. It all came, I started crying in the corner. Right? And I'm thinking, God, what's happening to me? And all of a sudden, then you start to laugh. Then you start, and I didn't understand what was going on.
Beautiful. Right, okay, so everybody ready? Here come the answers for the sound round. Aye, it does sound like Jonathan Ross, doesn't it? In that last one, right? The interviewer, that is. Here are the answers. So number 1, and you get 2 points for each of these, of course. 2 points for the first one, which was Mr. T signing off from his TV show. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Absolute genius. I mean, he's right, you know. That's the thing, if you analyse the work of Mr. T, he's very seldom wrong. He just does it in a ridiculous way. You think he's making it up, but he's always got a good point. Number 2 was Lulu, talking about her career in some celebrity interview. Number 3, this was the story about crashing a plane in the Venezuelan swamps and being led to civilization by a bow-legged Jack Russell Terrier. Even if you didn't hear the voice, but you knew that was the story, you could probably tell it was Brian Blessed. And at the moment, every time I do the voice round, I'm always going to have Brian Blessed in it. Because it doesn't really matter if you get it right or wrong. It's just hugely entertaining. Number 4 is Joe Swinson, crying. Talking about fighting to stay in the EU, but all she did was put people off it. And the last one, athlete discovers the joy and terror of diamond white cider. That was Linford Christie. Woo! So both the athletes there, famous pub quiz pun names Quiz Akabusi and Linford Quizty, both get used quite a lot, but this one happened to be Linford Quizty. So tell me how many points out of 10 you got. I noticed in your comments that some of you were quite confident about that. Kerry got 10, first 10 of this quiz. I know you've had lots of 10s before, but the first 10 tonight, that means it's been quite a tricky quiz tonight, which I think is true. It feels that way. Just going to get the background music back on for a moment. Put it down to -23. That seems to be about right. Press play. Okay. 10 points for Shet Mank. What else we got? 10 points for Triangulation. Social Outcast got 10. Chameleon's got 10. Horndwarf's got 8 points. Wrong athlete. Yeah, that's an easy mistake to Micah. There. Kozakabusi. Linford Christie sounds kind of more sort of dopey and amazed. Dopey's not a pun. I'm not trying to remind you of the time that he got kicked out of sport for doping. Akabusi's a bit more manic, bit more energy, you know. But same type of accent. Southern English. Southeast English. 6 for Quisiotherapy, 10 for Barrymore's Fist. It's always good to tell me which ones you got wrong, if you got them wrong. Got Chris Akabusi instead of Linford. Boz, says Leslie. Alright. It's time for Mystery Bag. So Cross Borders is our sponsor for Monday nights here at the quiz, the 7 o'clock quiz. I'm just typing in there. Right, it said I got a little notification saying I'm disconnected, and then I've got a notification saying I'm reconnected. So someone tell me that I'm still here, and then we'll do mystery bag. All right, tell me I'm still here. Tell me you can hear me and see me, because all good now, right? Thanks, Leslie. Excellent. Okay, thank you. It just dropped for a second. If I ever drop for a second, it usually comes back pretty sharpish, so don't go away. Right, mystery box. Here it is. Because I haven't found my bag, because I packed and moved, and, you know, you can't find anything. So, you got to ask me questions of a yes-no nature, and you got to be the first person to guess what's in the mystery box. Now, there's a new rule tonight. New rule. The new rule is that I'm not going to go searching up and down the stream if somebody says that they were first when they were not first, or they were first but I missed it. The new rule is that it's the first one that I see. So if you think you're definitely right, just keep shouting out the answers, more chance of me seeing it. I'll try my best to make sure I see the first one first. You know what I mean? But it just goes on too long if I'm actually trying to work out who was actually first. So I'm going to answer your questions as they come up, as I see them. It just comes up way too fast for me to answer every question and to look at every answer. So if you think you're right, you might even be first and not get the prize. I'm going to try and find the first one. You know what I'm saying anyway. So here come the questions. Can you eat it? No, you can't. Is it a tractor? No. Is it a box of cornflakes? No. Can you play with it? Yes, definitely. It's designed to be played with. People are already saying they got it first. Is it a party pooper? No. Packing tape? No. Good guess. Using the contents very nicely there, but not right. If you throw it, will it break? No. It's designed to move around, be thrown or hit. Is it stationary? No. Is it wooden? No. Is it bubble wrap? Nah. Is it Boris Johnson's credibility? No. That's not something you can actually find to put in a bag or a box. Is it a screwdriver? No. Cleaning product? No. Woolen? No. Does it fit in a wheelie bin? You could fit hundreds of them in a wheelie bin. DVD? Cards? No. Can you wear it? No. Whoops. Here come loads. See, it's rather unpredictable when this speeds up and slows down. So that's why I'm doing this first one I see. But I've held it. You know, your things are coming in. I'm looking at these higher up ones. Ball, yes, but what type of ball? It's not a bouncy ball. Oh, look, I've got to go further up. There's more answers up here. Yo-yo, Lego, yo-yo, cards. Nah, it's not a yo-yo. Skipping rope, Rubik's Cube, Magic 8 ball, Jigsaw, Dominoes, Meccano, Dog Toy, Rubik's Cube, Barbie, Lego. No. Stress ball? No. Yo-yo. A Rubik's Cube. I'd said it was a ball already, so I'm sure the ball. Bouncy ball? No. I mean, it bounces, but it's not a bouncy ball, if you know what I mean. Tennis ball? No. That's pretty good, but not right. Silly putty, frisbee ball, bouncy ball, tennis, ping pong ball! Alan Crawford is first. And I'm pretty sure it's the actual first as well, because I was right up there on the thread. Alan Crawford, who won the breed the other week, is now Cross Borders Booze champion. Let me just write it down so I don't forget later on. There we go. Ping pong balls, innit? You know what I mean? Look. 6 table tennis ping pong balls. Table tennis balls. Ping pong balls. And there they are. 6 of them in a tube. There's one. Fantastic. Well done, Alan Crawford. You're a champion. And there you go. Need to put the camera on so I can see what I'm doing here. There's Alan. Delighted. Oh, thanks, Johnny Berwick. It's good to get a bit of hair reassurance. I do worry. Whiff waff. Yeah, nice one, Alan. At least I got it right, says Colin. So yeah, some of you got it right later on, I think. Definitely. I was right up there on the thread. I mean, it's really hard to tell, but I think I would put money down that Alan was actually the first person to get that. It's not like I've given up trying to make it the first person, but it's just no... There's no scrolling up and down now, you know what I mean? It's still got a bit of the chaos, but without just the sheer frustration of before. So, you missed the controversy. I know. It's a hard one to balance. Anyway, oh God, it's after 8 o'clock. Right, let's get on with this. I've overrun. I know what's wrong with me. I mean, I got this fantasy that I'll get finished by 8 o'clock, and I don't think I've ever got finished at 8 o'clock. So maybe I should just either drop around or just deal with the fact that I'm going to finish about 5 past 10 past 8. Anyway, let's get on with it. That's Richard from last week with Friend, with the booze, the beer, the growlers. They're called growlers. I don't know why they're called growlers, but a 1 litre bottle of beer. So Alan's going to get 2 of those, just like Richard there. I'll send the address to Cross Borders tonight or tomorrow morning. You'll get it Thursday or Friday, I think. Okay, there's lots of Cross Borders stuff. Great beer. Everybody loves their beer, and that's not just marketing stuff. You know, when do we get a point every time you run over 8? We don't care, love it. I know, but if I'm saying it's finishing at 8, I should finish at 8, shouldn't I? Anyway, mystery bag. Yeah. It's all wrong. Everything's the wrong way around tonight. Right, double or bust. Here comes the last round for the quiz. Now, tell you how this works. Double or bust. Double points. So you get 4 points. 4. That's 4. Quattro. Tessera. Via. 4 points for a correct answer in this round. So you can get a possible 20 points. You can add 20 points on here if you get them all right. But you run the risk of going bust. If you put one wrong answer in this round, you get 0 points for the round. That's bust. So you have to decide which ones you're going for. You can avoid getting bust by leaving blanks. So you decide which ones you're going to go for. And if you get them all right, you get 4 points per answer. If you get one wrong, if you put an actual wrong answer down, you get bust. So I think you've got the concept. You're all smart people, so let's move on. Here come the questions. Question number 1, elements. What 2 letters form the chemical symbol for copper? Right, periodic table question. What's the chemical symbol for copper, which is a metal and an element? 2 letters. Thanks, Ali. Yeah, because I'm back on at 9. Oh, hell's bells. Right, what's going on? Right, sorry, everybody. I know what I've done. I'm going to fix it. Just give me a couple of seconds. I thought I'd done all this. This is part of the thing. I'm running about nuts today. Because I'm in a new zone. Right, I've forgotten to put... put the answers in, but I've forgotten to take the answers out of the question, so that'll just take 2 seconds. There we go. Delete. 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 Right, we're cool. We're fine. I knew something like that was happening. Because I was a little bit disorganised today. Hope you don't mind. I hope you're okay. And now, if I turn the PowerPoint back on, it should be okay. Yeah, we're all right. Okay, so. Oops. Right. Question again. What 2 letters form the chemical symbol for copper? That's question number 1. Question number 2. Dahl. Which Roald Dahl book features farmers named Boggis, Bunce and Bean? Boggis, Bunce and Bean are farmers in which Roald Dahl novel? Some of you might have seen it. I see that some of you didn't. I was pretty fast. Spotted it straight away, but obviously nae good. Right, art. Question number 3. Which flamboyant Spanish artist was born in 1904, renowned for his surrealist works, including a 1931 painting titled The Persistence of Memory? So who's the artist there? Spanish artist. Born in 1904, renowned for surrealist works. One of his most famous paintings is called The Persistence of Memory, painted in 1931. Remember, pardon me, one wrong answer is bust in this round, so careful which ones you go for. Here's number 4. Bond. Which 2012 James Bond film was the last one to star Judi Dench as M? She did turn up in a later movie, but she was not M anymore, and it was just a wee cameo. So what was the last film where Judi Dench properly played the role of M? And that was in 2012. it came out. Which Bond film was that? Not that it matters, because they're all rubbish. And number 5, Emergency. Alright, this is difficult. Well, I wouldn't know it, put it that way. As well as 999. Nah, I don't mean Dame Judi Dench, because I don't do honorific royalist titles. To me, she's just Judi Dench, alright? As well as 999, what other 3-digit number can be called as an emergency number in the UK? It's it being the common European emergency number. So a 3-digit number, not 999, that works the same way as 999. You can dial it in this country or any EU country. I don't do no dames or sirs or anything like that. I'll leave that to you. If you wanna just fall in line behind the royalist death march of your soul, that's up to you. But I'm not playing that game. Right, quite a lot of you ready. Breeder Deeder ready. As I was explaining last week on one of these quizzes, I'm not a royalist. And I see all that stuff as part of the same swindle. It's appropriation, isn't it? They appropriate famous people, popular people, and they say, that's it, you're part of us now. You support the Queen now because here's an award. And people can't resist it. They're like, oh, an OBE or a knighthood, whoa, love it. Can't resist it, so they take it. But after that, that's it. They belong to the Queen. Or the royalists of the family. Lots of people are ready. Quick recap in case you missed any of those. Number 1 was 2 letters for copper on the periodic table. Bogus Bunsen Bean, farmers in which Roald Dahl book? Hi, the soapbox. Flamboyant Spanish artist, surrealism, persistence of memory. James Bond film last with Judi Dench as M. And what's the other number? Other 3-digit number that you can use instead of 999. Works the same way. Alright, you ready? Lots of you have said you're ready. Actually, not that many of you say you're ready. A couple more. Social Outcasts are ready. Always a top team. Always right up there at the top of the table. Have they done it tonight? Or have they struggled? I don't think you were having it all your own way earlier on. One or two more readies and I'll tell you the answers. We'll get the last scores right. Fabian Society are ready, and the House of Weirdos are ready. Used to have a friend called Gavin Weir. We used to call him Weirdo. Right. Double or bust answers. Here we go now. You might have seen this if you're very fast. See you. See you for copper. See you, Jimmy. Oh, dear. Very bad comedy from the old days. If you're under 40, you've got no idea what that is, and you're better off that way. 4 points for CU. Roald Dahl boot, Bogus Bunsen Bean. That is the fantastic Mr. Fox. There's the farmers. Fantastic Mr. Fox is after their chickens. They can't do much about it. Spanish surrealist artist, Sense of Memory. That's Salvador Dali. This is kind of the obvious answer. I wonder if anybody avoided it because it seemed too obvious, but Salvador Dali is the correct answer. 4 points if you got that. Bust if you put someone else. Tell me if you got bust. Tell me what you got bust on and what you put. No, and that's that painting, Persistence of Memory. Melting Clocks, yeah, famous. Which Bond movie was the last one to have Judi Dench playing M? That was Skyfall. Oh, the McQueens are bust. Do tell me what you got bust on. It's always interesting to know. And the last one, this is difficult. I think it's difficult. Maybe you know it. But 999 in the UK. I don't think I would even guess this, given a few guesses. 112. Right? So that's how it works. Like 112. It says the emergency number 112 will work on any mobile phone anywhere in the world. According to that graphic, I don't know if that's true. I haven't double checked it. 112. I would have avoided that question. Did you go for it and get it right? Or did you go for it and get busted in it? Tell me. Georgie's Marvellous Medicine. No, disaster. Bogus Bunsen Bean. Farmers, you see. Farmers. Fantastic Mr. Fox. He's coming for the chickens. 66 for Quisiotherapy. You guessed 101 for the number. That's the room where they put rats in your face. Bust on 112. What'd you put if you didn't put 112? Roadies can dial 1212. Right, aye. 63 for the Pro Lethers. Good score, right? I'm going to give you the link so you can upload your scores, everybody. So I can make a league table of all the scores, and I'll probably wait till the 9 o'clock one to make the league table. Put them all together. Later on, if it becomes there's loads and loads more teams, then I'll maybe split them. But for this one, probably put them all together tonight. Now, where is the link? Here it is. So copy that, come back here and paste it. Went for 111. 43 points for your team of one. That's a good score, Marion. That's pretty damn good. Breeder Deed got 55. Just the two of us in the house. Still spitting about Zoolander. Yeah, I noticed that you said you had a brain freeze earlier, Colin. Which makes me think that you knew Zoolander, but just for some reason wasn't coming out. House of Weirdos saying it's 000 in Australia, just saying yes, but maybe you also have, like we have 999 in the UK, House of Weirdos, which you probably know. Maybe you're an expat, I don't know, or maybe you're just Australian. But I think what it's saying is that we have 112 as well, and that's like an international one. Because all the different countries have got their own emergency numbers, so they thought, quite wisely as well, let's get an international one. And when I put this question together, I thought I must teach my daughter that, 112, that's a better one to learn. If it works here and it works abroad, it's a better number to learn, isn't it? 64 for the Einstein bobbleheads. All right. Thanks for doing the quiz, everybody. The quiz is free for you to do, but if you feel like tipping, mate, because you thought it was so great, despite a couple of mistakes here and there tonight, then I'll be delighted to get any kind of tip off you. I'm Dr. Paul. I do this for money. A couple of months ago, everything was great. And then they shut the pubs, so I got no money. So, kind of living off tips for this. So anything I get off you is very, very welcome. £1, £2 if you thought it was worth that. If you got a pub quiz, it probably cost you that. And thank you to the people who do more than that. Really appreciate it. Thanks to anybody who donates. Like if you donate £1, I'm delighted. It's fine. If you don't donate, that's perfectly fine. I know lots of people are struggling. But please at least like the video if you liked the quiz. For sitting here for an hour, you at least owe me a like if you liked the video. You know what I mean? Thank you, Leslie. Thank you very much. And please tell people about this, because the more people that come, the more likely I'm to get tips, and the less I'll have to harass you for tips. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to put the PayPal link on one more time. Oh look, I'll try a thing, because I've got this, tried this different thing. Does this work? Scrolling text. Can you see that? And while that's going along, let me tell you what's coming up quiz-wise. Thank you, Margaret Ann. Your prize from the other night is in the post. Be looking forward to that. Thank you, Kerry. Nice to see you. So that was the answers for the last round. I'll put up the link again. I know that one, Marion, so I'm not going to answer it. Marion has just put her own quiz question on there. Can you answer her elementary question? And I'm just going to put a link up there for your scores. Get your scores up. It's just team name and score, and I'll make a league table. and I'll put it on Facebook later on tonight, okay? Thanks for saying it's a great quiz, Pajero, appreciate that. I wait to have a sausage roll. Nice sausage rolls. If you like sausage rolls, make sure you're here on Wednesday, because James the Baker is sponsoring, and he'll bring delicious bread to your house. His van! You can't beat that. If you enjoyed the quiz, tell someone else about it. Tell them that it's on at 9. It's on at 9 on Facebook. No one is answering Marion's question. I'm going to have to answer it myself if nobody else does. That's it. John Smith's got it. Yeah, strontium. Named after the village of Strontian. Is the name of the village, anyway. Yeah, that's it, in Westeros. So if you're getting the road up to Fort William, you go through Glencoe, cross the bridge at Ballyhoolish, and then the road turns north, and then across the loch at that point to your west. That's Strontian. Yeah, it's fine. It's not a PhD. It's not an elitist PhD anyway. It's an entirely self-awarded honorific. So, yeah, I mean, no one has to honour my title. I don't honour theirs. I hate all that stuff. Dame this and Lord that. Great getty. Call you a lord, call you a dame. For, like, acting in films and stuff like that. Rubbish. Obantium. Obantium. Is that a real thing? Is that true? Or is that you just making it up? Prolethers. Tobermorientum. Obantium. Like, is Obantium a thing? See, is there all Josh and me, sure, but I don't even know if you're making it up or... Obantium. Nah. If I put Obantium into the search in Wikipedia, it just brings up the Oban Times. Definitely the best crossword in the whole of Tobermory, likes. Was that supposed to be an accent? A Mull accent? I made it up. I went to Mull once, it was great. They had a jukebox where it was like £7 for £1 or something like that. We put £1 in and put Hotel California by the Eagles on 7 times in a row. I don't think anybody was that pleased, but it was good fun. Kind of asshole thing to do, I know, but there you go. Yeah. What time is it? 20 past. Anyone got a quiz question for me? Enjoyed Marion's question there. Anyone got one for me? Quick one before I go. Well done to Alan, by the way, for winning the Cross Borders booze. That'll be on the way. I've got it written down on my little things to do thing. In fact, if I put it on my actual to-do list, then that means it's much more likely it'll get done. By the way, I might have a sponsor for Friday. I'm kind of negotiating at the moment, but it might be a gin company interested in doing Fridays, so that could be good if you like gin. There we go. Alan Crawford, Cross Borders Monday. That's on the list now, so that will get done. Was that in Oban? I didn't know that was in Oban, where they set off all their New Year fireworks in one go. Absolutely tremendous. Are you related to Dominic? Nah. Diamond's kind of made up name as well. I am Paul Diamond, but it's a name my wife and I chose to both adopt because we were married, but we kept our own names for years. Then we had a baby, so we thought, well, we should all have the same name. So we made up a name, Diamond. It's pretty good. Right, I gotta go. It is 20 odd past 8. I've got to do this quiz again at 9 o'clock on Facebooksies. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed on YouTube. Click the bell and I'll give you a notification when quizzes are on. Because I'm going to be doing some specials again. Now that I've got my regular ones sorted out, I'm going to start doing specials. Scottish football, Eurovision, anything you want. If you want a special quiz about something, let me know. If there's enough demand for it, I'll do one. Cheers, Marion. Great to see all your names again. Great to see you. What's the Gravelly Hill interchange better known as? That's Spaghetti Junction. The junction of spaghetti. L'intersectiano della spaghetti in Italian. Thank you, Pro Lethers. See you again. Gravelly Hill. Now, what I can't remember is what the junction is between, or what number junction it is on what road. Gravelly Hill interchange. Is it M6 and M1? Or is it just junction 5 of the M6 or something like that? I need to check it out. Great name. Anyway, Gravelly Hill. You know, even if it wasn't called Spaghetti Junction. It is junction 6 of the M6. So it meets the A38. Well, look, it was opened in 24th of May 1972. Year I was born. I'm the same age as Spaghetti Junction, kids. I'm looking at a picture of it here. It is a mess, like. I don't know why it's such a mess. We're just sort of coming from different angles. I don't think it's got a huge amount of roads or things coming off it, but anyway. La-di-da. Here I am, just rapping about. What country does chorizo come from? Comes from the happy country. Comes from Scotland. Same age as the Fourth Road Bridge. Well, yeah. Well, it's in your name as well, isn't it, Marion? That's 1964. Good bridge. Walked across it a couple of years ago. You know, so after it was shut to traffic, after they opened the new one, the three of us, family, went and walked across the Fourth Road Bridge. It gave me the heebie-jeebies. I didn't like it at all. I walked across it once when I was a kid. That was fine. Loved it. But as a 40-something-year-old growing up, it just gave me the heebie-jeebies. I just wanted to stay right away from the edge. It's because it's like up to about there on your belly, you know, but no more than that. It's pretty easy to go over if you wanted to go over. And it's just, oof. I think when you're a kid, you think, I could jump off there, just be splash, be fine. But when you get at this age, you're like, that's death. That's death right there. Didn't like it. Right, I better get out of here. Nearly 25 past. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming. Tell your friends. And I'll give you one last blast of the PayPal link so that you can give me money for soup. Good night. Cheers, Michael.